Welcome to Undercity Commander Plays. We're playing Magic Duels, the free game, Duels of the Planeswalkers sequel. This one's free on Steam. I don't know if it's on consoles.
Yeah, I don't know if it's on consoles, but it still updates and stuff, so
yeah,
they're keeping up with it.
So you can play this and check out these little Bolas coins up here.
Yeah, it's freemium. Freemium gaming for your computer.
I imagine that's pretty controversial in the Magic community.
It's not necessary to spend money on it. I don't know.
So it's not pay to win, it's pay to...
It pay to get extra stuff.
Extra content. That's nice. Alright, so we're going to go into story mode. This is going to be interesting. These are some fun games. I think we used to play Duels of the Planeswalkers like 2014, 15. Do those co-op on console. Those were fun.
Yeah, the very first one, that was the most fun. To me anyways, because it was like... We weren't really new to Magic, but it came out not long after we started playing. And we got to co-op them on Two-Headed Giant.
Oh yeah, that's a good format.
Good job.
I zoomed a card. I did it.
Now you can play Magic.
I learned the ways of Magic the Gathering all in about 2 seconds.
In this skill quest, you'll
Attacking.
learn how to click and
All
drag
in.
it to...
Do it. Kill him.
And what a riveting game it looks like this was.
Remember, kids, attack with your creatures to win. I have to survive. I'm not gonna make it.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to do this, Jacob.
To block an incoming attack, click and drag one of your creatures to the attacking creature you want to block.
Block
Once
the
you've
one with the
selected
bigger
all
power
the creatures
so
you want to
don't
block
get
with,
wrecked.
click Confirm Block. Excellent.
Suck on it.
Remember,
Wow, this is a weird matchup. It's a lot of Elvish Warriors.
your Elvish Warrior can't block.
Can't block because he's tapped. Surprise. Wasn't good enough, robot.
You can summon creatures to the battlefield from your hand.
Did you know that you can summon creatures to the battlefield from your hand? Jacob, that was the wrong play.
Did that lose?
Yeah.
Oh look, I have a lightning elemental. I thought it was a spell. I didn't look because... Yeah. Great. I did it. Oh, that's what that does. Fantastic. It's so boring.
Jacob, did you start
just
playing
lost.
Magic yesterday?
I did.
Your opponent
What's
has
a
only
mana?
one untapped. To cast a spell, you need to cast lightning element. Creatures can't attack. In
It
this
literally
skill
says
quest,
it.
we'll
It
start.
even tells you.
That's awesome. I just was being too dumb. Too smart, I mean.
Yeah, these are kind of mind-numbing.
Your Elvish Warrior can't block. You can
That's what we're
summon
all
creatures
about
to the
here
battlefield from your
At
hand.
Undercity Commander. Mind-numbing entertainment. So good, you'll fall asleep.
Yes, the best entertainment makes you fall asleep.
I
done.
finally
All-
did it. I did it
For
and got
completing
some
this
coins.
skill quest, you
All right, we're in there now. Got 30 coins, and Gideon's looking at us like he doesn't like us. So we got the full Gatewatch here. Gideon, Jace, Liliana, Chandra, and Nissa. And looks like we're gonna play through with their decks. Hey, young Kithian. 10 coins to play. That seems real dumb. Alright. Let's check it out. Lead a small group of street toughs known as Kithian's Irregulars, like the Irregulars in superhero lore. Together you can act as a force for justice and charity in the slums. While raiding an Acroan estate for food, you draw the attention of the city guards. Don't steal, kids. Alright, first magic duel. Take the guards out with my young, bold, bull-headed ways. Alright, I'm gonna play a Plains, because that's a good idea. And I can go ahead with an Elite Vanguard. Looks like we're weenieing it up here with some young little soldier kids.
Remember, Jacob, you don't lose on turn 4 if you win by turn 3.
This is true. The strongest advice. Alright, Plains number 2. And Glory Seeker. Get that extra toughness out there. And it's time to attack. The guards are a little slow today. 2 damage. This will be over in no time. So, the new stories that are out for Amonkhet are focusing on Gideon and kind of centered around him.
You don't say.
Yeah.
They've been milking Gideon for a while now.
Just like a dairy cow.
Yeah, they introduced him in Rise of the Eldrazi, and I was like, man, a new Gideon would be really cool, because there's been several sets, and now it's all Gideon all the time.
It is a lot of Gideon. It's pretty neat, but I think I preferred the, let's see. That's a good trade. I think I preferred the stories from Kaladesh about, the cat guy. Dang it.
Johnny.
Yeah, the stories about Ajani and Kaladesh were really good, and he's a really interesting character after reading those. Never really had an opinion about him, but he was really fleshed out in those stories, and he's got some interesting attributes to him.
Yeah, every time I read about him, he's like my favorite planeswalker for a while. He's really cool. You should read the Theros books. They're on Kindle only, I think.
Nice.
They're really good though. Ajani's super cool.
I will definitely check those out. Looks like we got a threat. Eagle of the Watch flying in Vigilance. Take some damage to the base. This isn't how you play, kids. I'm gonna skip attack and just keep building up a wall. I was out of the loop a bit for Theros, but it seems very cool and like Greek styled.
Yeah, it was cool.
And
good cards came from it for EDH and everything, really.
I need to review that set. Some interesting stuff in the Amonkhet stories about Gideon and him comparing the gods of Amonkhet to the Theros gods and how they're different.
Yeah.
It's really interesting stuff.
Gideon didn't go to Theros. How did he compare them?
Oh,
I'm so... Wow, I'm stupid. He is from Theros.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
I was just thinking he wasn't featured in the Theros set. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Just making sure.
Insert your angry comment below, listeners.
email us at undercitycommander@gmail.com and complain as much as you possibly can, so we can shame you on the podcast.
Yes, and get a new host that will not make those stupid mistakes.
Yep. Next podcast, completely different hosts.
There you go.
Well, I've got a veritable army of force. It's a riveting game.
This is some highly competitive Magic right here.
And you can die. Alright, so that'll trade a couple, but gets rid of some of them, and he's down to 10. Aha! Should have probably turned off Steam achievements, but whatever.
No, man, everyone can see your achievements.
Watch me have to figure out how to blur it when somebody logs on.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be fun. Because here at Undercity Commander, we use the highest quality video editing software, Windows Movie Maker.
Dude, that's what, like, movie makers use.
And that's the name. Can't get any better than that. Magic the Gathering pro tip: if you have a ridiculous amount of creatures, just swing with all of them. That can never be a bad thing. Unless you're playing with someone that has more experience than a 2-year-old. Oh, a plains. Would have never guessed. Kind of hoping for an island. Alright. Putting the heat on him.
Or another Glory Seeker.
The back down.
I don't know if you have this one.
No. Uh-oh. Block my damage, watch out. That's just unnecessary. My young self beat these guards at having an army? So, let's put this into context, because that's always fun when you're playing Magic. This young little kid just commanded like a bunch of soldiers to take out guards, and it
birds.
worked. And yeah, some birds in there too. He's just commanding all these beings of clearly superior value. We did it. We fought our way out of the hideout. But there's a ridiculous amount of guards. I didn't see that personally, but it's telling me there are, so we're gonna lay down the weapons. And we're sentenced to 10 years for thievery. What about all the murder we just did?
Yeah, for real.
Alright. Standing for justice, like Batman. Even while incarcerated. I know I'm in jail and all, but I'm still all about justice. I'm fine with this. Fight against bullying and corruption. Those are two severely... Okay, so now we're fighting against the jail warden, or whoever that guy is. Who's that guy?
Tax on Prison Warden.
Yep. Called it.
So today, Wizards announced HasCon, Hasbro's first ever convention.
What?
Yep. They're gonna have, Wizards is gonna have, well, Hasbro basically, is gonna have its own convention now.
That would be really cool. We're gonna have to look into getting to that.
Yeah, we'll have to it'll take place since September 8th through the 10th in Providence, Rhode Island. That is a very weird place to have a convention, though I don't know where their headquarters is, so it might be that weird, but...
Yeah.
I guess I kind of forget that Rhode Island is a state because it's so small.
Take that, Rhode Island.
Yeah, Rhode Island.
But yeah, we'll have to see if we can get over there or something. That'd be pretty fun to go to.
Yep.
Bunch of nerds. Oh, look at me. I have the same cards as my duty guard.
They also announced Iconic Masters. It's another Masters set and will be released November 17th.
This year?
Yep.
Wow, that's a lot.
Iconic Masters, quote, brings an array of angels, sphinxes, demons, dragons, and hydras alongside some of our favorite and most memorable spells over the game's entire history, close quote.
Dude, I'm gonna have to get that. I'm always down for some Hydra action.
I'm not really too excited for this because I feel like they've already reprinted just about everything that I can get excited about to reprint. And there's still a reserved list. So in the reserved list is a list of cards that they're never going to reprint.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I wasn't excited for the latest Modern Masters at all because it's just like, I don't know, a bunch of stuff they've already reprinted with the exception of the Zendikar search lands.
Yeah, I think it's definitely more for collectors than players.
I don't know. It's gonna be expensive again. $10.99 a pack. Or I'm sorry, $9.99 a pack.
That's pretty bad, but
I mean, I'm sure there'll be value in the boxes, obviously, but I don't know. I was really excited for the first Modern Masters, and then I bought a box for the second Modern Masters, and I feel like everyone thinks, oh, I'm gonna pull a Tarmogoyf or something, something crazy expensive. So they spend like $200 to $300 on a box, and then don't get $200 to $300 back.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, it's just at that price, and with all the tower cards they reprint, it gets really discouraging when you don't pull one.
for sure, it's riding on the power cards way more. Yeah, I'm probably just going to invest in some Amon Ket stuff for now. I don't think I'll go with any of the Master Set stuff.
Plus, and I'll probably get a lot of angry comments for this, but I just don't like drafting, and they're pretty much draft sets.
Yeah, pretty much.
Almost exclusively draft sets. Although I really like Conspiracy, even though that the whole purpose of that set is to draft. I think it offered some really cool cards for Commander.
Yeah, it did.
Focuses on multiplayer, so you get cool Commander's cards.
Interestingly enough, we're doing our first Let's Play with like 40 card decks.
Yeah. Did you guys know that we also have a podcast about Commander?
Yeah, if you didn't hear us there first, we've got a podcast, Undercity Commander Podcast, and you can find it on YouTube and SoundCloud. We'll have the links in the description. We're on YouTube right now, so that is easy. But we also upload those podcasts to SoundCloud. And you can follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Undercity MTG and UC Commander, respectively.
I always think it's pretty cool when like our videos and podcasts, when we upload them, get like 15 views in a day. I know that's not much, but
It's publicity.
Yeah, I feel like it wouldn't surprise me if it got 0, but it gets like 15.
For sure.
I know some of them are us watching and friends of ours watching, but I don't know, it's cool.
Yeah, it's usually about 4 or 5 of just like me uploading it and then watching it to make sure it's good. But yeah, people are watching. It's always good. So everybody out there watching this right now, please support us, subscribe, follow us.
We have 5 subscribers right now. I think that's crazy. 5 people. Well, okay. We are subscribed, I think. Did we?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so that's like 2 or 3 subscribers that are not us. But it's cool that someone wants to be subscribed.
We're getting there. We'll make a lot of content, and people get pulled in as we go. We're really excited about this content, and we're really
we get to 100 subscribers, we'll do a cool giveaway.
There we go. You heard it here first. 100 subscribers, cool giveaway. Probably art related.
Or I don't know. I'd be game to like throw in money to get a cool booster box, like an expensive booster box for people.
Yeah,
Like one of the days past.
that would be cool. I think we'll be having some t-shirts designed soon for everyone you can go buy that from custom t-shirt website.
I think once we get like 50 subscribers, I don't know, maybe more, maybe starting at 100 we'll do a big giveaway and then like do a small giveaway every episode, like a booster pack or two.
Yeah, that would be cool. I think audiences would enjoy that. So if you saw what I did wrong there, definitely beefed my guys before playing my other guy. Even though he can't attack, generally that was the wrong direction of play.
I always do stuff like that when I play this game too, though, because like, what like crazy trick is your opponent gonna have where it's just not okay to do that?
Well, yeah, especially with these intro matches, which is why I'm not paying as much attention. But
yeah, normally I would almost never play an instant or combat trick in this case, but instants in general, just my main phase.
yeah,
But these games just get so slow and meh. I just kind of do. There's an attack all button at the bottom, also, by the way.
super useful.
Save you some time.
Eat that, Warden.
Oh, Pixis. I said Haxus. Pixis.
Haxorus, like the Pokemon.
Yes.
Pokemon. That's not what we're podcasting about. That'd be cool though. Oops, skipped it. Well,
You'll never know what that said.
we gotta get through here. I should have played this first. I didn't know about this. Akros has fallen under attack. Oh, I'm like a 25-year-old dude now. And I also look pretty old in the game. Ha!
His arm looks really wimpy.
Yeah, that's like dude that kind of goes to the gym a little bit.
Yeah, he looks like a chubby 16-year-old that kind of does curls sometimes. His
And
arm
there's these
anyway.
giant bird beasts that are definitely going to take him out.
Nah, Gideon's indestructible.
Ooh, this is true.
Or I'm sorry,
Kythian.
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 Oh, look, it's a
You can have multiple creatures.
tutorial
Usually,
thing.
an
Oh my
attacking
god, what
creature you'll
happened?
see
How am I?
trample
What?
and
battle
group
challenge,
blocking.
whatever they call it.
Help. So, is it Kythian, 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 or
To block
Kythian?
an incoming attack,
You tell
click and
us,
drag one of your creatures to the
through
attacking
email
creature
somehow.
you want to block.
even though I don't know
Once
how to
you've selected all
do
the
that.
creatures you
I
want
guess
to
use the
block with,
pronunciation
Click Confirm
accents
block.
at undercitygmail.com. Something like that.
You know, speaking of Pokemon earlier, we should do some of the Pokemon TCG online Let's Plays.
Yeah,
It's all free, and it's really fun.
that's true. Used to play it. It was a really good time, and it wasn't like too many mini buys in there. So
I don't even know how to use real money on it, honestly.
Yeah. Maybe this will turn into Magic the Gathering and Pokemon card game channel.
Who knows?
The trading card channel. The TCGC. That's catchy.
Great job.
I think I did it. I don't know why I got pulled into that, but I did it,
Because you don't know how to play Magic yet, Jacob. They're teaching you.
apparently.
Normally, all
Oh,
attack in this
back
skill
in.
quest withstand your
I've always loved the art on Kindled Fury.
It's a really angry dude.
I have a shiny one in my Zada deck.
I'd like to see that guy go up against Garruk. It wouldn't
Yes.
wouldn't end well for this guy, but he looks like he could do some damage.
I want to make a replica of his sword.
That's some good art. I like that.
Juggernaut.
I don't know. Either I haven't seen the art for that, or I didn't pay close enough
A
attention.
timer
but
counts
it's
down
pretty good.
whenever it's your turn to act. If you want to cast an instant, click Stop the Timer. This will give you more time to plan your play.
Gotta think really hard here, Jacob. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna play the card. The only one in my hand. First strike. First strike is a very strong ability. I will always advocate it because it's stupid good.
You know, I play the Magic Puzzle Quest, or MTG Puzzle Quest, or whatever they call it.
Yeah, the mobile app.
Yeah, the mobile app. So
Well done.
often
First strike is
that when I was playing
advantageous
this, and it had been so long since I'd played the card game, that I kept thinking in terms of that game. And in the game, whenever you play multiple instances of the same creature, they just like mix together and its power and toughness goes up. And when I was playing Duels, I was like, okay, I'll play my second what was that? Elite Vanguard or whatever, and it's gonna be a 4-2. And then I'd play it and I was like, wait, no, I'm playing the card game.
Yeah, that is a little bit different. Easy to get mixed up. Yeah, check out that mobile app for.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I think I'm gonna attack. Maybe?
It has to make sure it doesn't want to, wants to block with nothing or not.
Yeah. This is a cool land. I don't know why they gave the AI a holographic land, but it's
Yeah,
cool.
they always do that.
It's really good art. Love Woodland Cemetery. Black green is a fantastic color combo.
The inspiration for our name.
Undercity.
And yes, everyone, I know the Undercity is usually more associated with the Dimir, but the Golgari live in the Undercity as well.
We're in there. You'll find us. Hanging out.
With dead stuff.
Next to all the shady
Hey, press escape.
ether shops. Take that, horseman. We'll get there one day. I promise. It'll get better. Especially when I'm trying to talk and play when it's actually challenging. That'll be fun. I'll make all kinds of misplays and you guys can tell us about it. Looks like we're gonna gloriously charge into battle. Ah, we got a mill card over here. A good strategy. Mill. Makes people mad, as far as I can tell. And it's fun, especially when you do blue-black mill. There's a lot of good blue-black mill cards. Obviously, he's not running a mill deck, but that ability just harkened to mill cards. Double strike, so that's a fun one. I had to make sure of this, but I'm pretty sure double strike works where the first attack is during first strike phase, and then the second attack is during regular phase. So that's pretty powerful.
Wizards also announced today the fall block. The name of the fall block. It's called Ixalan.
That's an interesting name.
Yep, guessing it's a new plane. I have no idea. All they did is release the name. Sounds kind of Mesoamerican. That'd be a really cool theme.
Yeah, that would be cool. It's a good progression. So, pre-release is a no-go in our area, but we will link to a video to prepare you for the pre-release. That was pretty informative. Hunter showed me that, and that was a misplay. And it just kind of shows you how to play a pre-release and build your deck properly without making a weak deck, making sure you get rid of all the cards you don't need, and then organizing them so that you can smash two colors together and make a decent deck.
Yeah, I have a, so I used to EDH and then normal Magic before that. That pre-releases used to kind of mix me up, and I didn't know, because like there's cards in limited formats, like pre-releases, that are powerhouses and they're just amazing,
Yeah.
but they're not at all in any other format in Magic. So I usually had a hard time differentiating them because I'm used to looking at, oh, this is fantastic in Commander, or oh, this would be really good in Standard right now, not, oh, this is really good only right now in this instance against only cards from this set.
Yep. It takes on a whole new feel.
Yep. I do like that more than drafting, though. I don't care for the pick a card and pass thing.
So you like it to be more self-contained?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. He's doing pretty good. Like, slow down there, buddy. Die in the tutorial.
Jacob, what's something outside of Magic that you're excited about right now?
Well, the new Rick and Morty VR game just came out. Like, as of this recording, it literally came out today. Had a friend play through it a bit. He said he got an hour and 30 minutes in, and he's still not done. And for VR gaming, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't have a VR console or anything like you, but the few games that I've played at your house, it's not near that much content.
Yeah, usually they're more of an experience than a game.
Yeah.
But this one sounds really good, and also there was rumors that it was going to have some content that's canon in Season 4, which would be interesting. So I really have to get this game.
Yeah, I think that's really cool that they're going to put canon stuff in the game.
But yeah, I run the HTC Vive. VR, highly suggested for anyone that's really into gaming of any sort. It's just a really high entry cost. That's the main problem.
You can finance that now, right, too?
Yeah, they
Or
do
two,
have
right?
They do have financing options now. I noticed you can get combo packs with the Vive and a graphics card, and then finance all of that for pretty, like, 12 months or something. It's pretty good. It can get you in there a lot faster and make it way more reasonable to pay a payment plan than to pay like $1,000 down or something.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm still waiting on Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh for it.
Yep, Magic would be the perfect addition. I want to see a VR game where you fill the shoes of a planeswalker and you just go into like a real world plane and you can see the other planeswalker, and you can cast spells. You would still have like a hand in front of you or something, but you could like throw the cards out, and they would have huge like fancy animations.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It would take a lot of doing because each card would need its own animation basically, and as you can see here, they put a lot of work into it, and this is what we get for that. Just little slices and stuff. But that would be probably the best VR game. Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically did that with the anime. I mean, they played their cards and huge virtual reality creatures came out. But
Yeah. What's that card game that is out right now that I've played a few times?
Mana Storm?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm waiting on that. They have it out. And, ooh, I did 15 damage with flying creatures. That's impressive. And it's been out, but it's kind of underwhelming just because it's like early access. But they'll be updating that soon, I imagine, and adding more content. But basically, you just literally throw your card into the field and summon creatures. It's really cool.
Yeah, for like what equivalent of a red spell would be, like do damage to target thing.
Right.
You have to shoot it with a bow. It's really cool.
Yeah, so translating that into Magic would be like Fireball would translate into you actually holding a fireball and shooting it at your opponent. That'd be cool. So we did it. We fended off the onslaught of voracious harpies. Harpy ladies, just like Yu-Gi-Oh! But,
yeah, I was trying to think of a way to talk about that too because of the harpies. But
so Kythian making his way through the campaign. This guy looks gross. Cyclopses. Those are some gross renditions of Cyclopses. You can see right up the skirt there.
Yep, I was about to say that.
That's real awkward.
Is that underwear or is he just genderless?
Wouldn't be surprised if he's genderless.
Now they're gonna glare it up.
Yeah, get that flare in there. Me and the irregulars.
The training zone.
We're back to the training zone. Can't
Enchantments
escape.
are pop
Oh,
in this skill
enchantments.
quest. Use the enchantment.
There's another type of card in Magic the Gathering besides creatures.
That's right.
Who would have known? Attack step. Whoops. Eat it. I buffed my creatures with this +1/+1 white enchantment.
Anyone learning how to play Magic
Great
for like
job.
their first few
Enchantments
weeks
are
or so,
powerful because
I
they're-
do recommend getting this game since it's free and playing through the tutorials because it's really helpful and lays it out in a very good format as like format order of how to learn what each card
Auras
does.
are a special to complete this skill quest.
Yeah, we're kind of bashing this tutorial mode because we're really we're way past this and we're just trying to play the game. But definitely sets out, and I don't know if I should have done that. What am I trying to do?
Both of them.
Oh.
Yeah, you pacify the flyer and then give yours flying and plus a lot. Swing in the win.
But yeah, this can get pretty in-depth and real good for starter players. Because you don't have to own cards to do this. And like I said, this is free on Steam. So even if you don't own a single Magic card, you can go out there and learn how to play easy.
Yep, and then you can see if you like it or not, and if you do want to go buy physical cards.
And then just buy and buy and buy.
Yep, and spend all your money and accumulate a large collection,
done.
and
One
at some
popular
point quit and
strategy-
say you want to sell them, and then get back into it, and
Start a podcast.
start a podcast, do a Let's Play.
Yeah, there's a reason it's
Some
called
cards
Cardboard
put
Crack.
+1 in
Yep.
this skill quest. You're a
You will get addicted.
I had that predisposition though. I collected Pokemon cards when they first came out, and I never played the game. I just collected them for the art and stuff. And then I found Yu-Gi-Oh and started actually playing. Then I found Magic in high school.
Yeah, it's definitely a combination of kind of like art enjoyment and then actually being able to play a game with the art.
Yeah, that's a big reason. Like, I own an obscene amount of playmats. Too many playmats to even reasonably be able to use. just because I like art on them, and I also don't feel bad buying like a $40 card if I really like the art on it.
Very nice.
So you're saying we're going to invest in a mansion solely for the purpose of framing all of our cards and playmats?
Yes.
Just a huge art mansion?
I do have a binder of just cards that I just really enjoy the art on. They're not good and they're not for trade or anything. It's just cards I really like the art on. And I appreciate the earlier Magic cards the most because it was before like computer editing, so it's like actual drawing.
Yeah, it's like paintings.
Yeah, nowadays I get really disappointed, like with the Planeswalker set where Liliana of the Dark Realms, they look like computery. I don't know. Their geometry's really weird. Their anatomy's really weird, and they're just not pleasing to the eye to me.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean, but I think as we've seen, they're getting better with that computer-generated stuff because with all the newest set trailers, we're seeing a lot of like animation of the art, which is really interesting, and it's still a little awkward, just like you're saying, but I think over time they're going to get better at making it look good. But
Amonkhet looks great.
You definitely can't beat this like painting.
Like the art on those cards right there. You can tell someone drew it, but at the same time you can tell it was like edited to just like look not quite as drawn, but it was in a tasteful manner. Whereas sometimes they just release cards that just look like it was 100% computer generated, and it just looks gross.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate the hand-drawn art the most. I'm sorry, they're all drawn by hand, but I appreciate the ones where you can tell someone sat down and drew this.
The most raw.
Yeah. Yeah, the art in Amonkhet looks really good so far.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Getting very detailed. That's another thing I do like. It seems like the art gets even more and more detailed as each set comes along.
Yeah, there's an insane amount of detail, enough to make me open my eyes to it in Amonkhet. That's why I'm really into this set and its art. It's just really kind of an advancement of the art, and it shows so much detail that it really gives the set way more flavor than it would have.
Yeah.
I'm coming for you, Cyclops. Not the X-Men guy. Just a normal Cyclops.
That is 2 X-Men characters that have come up.
Yep.
In this.
You've heard it here first.
Juggernaut and Cyclops.
Magic the Gathering.
Copying Marvel.
Stealing from Marvel. Just wait. Disney will purchase Hasbro and it'll all be under the same thing eventually.
Yep. Who was it that was wanting to... Oh, there was someone wanting to buy someone the other day and I didn't like it.
Probably Disney.
No, it was Apple wanting to buy Disney.
Oh, what?
Apple wanted to buy Disney.
Disney?
Yep.
How do you buy Disney?
That's what I was wondering, because Disney purchased LucasArts for like $3 billion. I'll see if... Hey, let me look up the article. And I didn't like it because I can't stand Apple, and I don't want them to buy Disney and own all that Disney owns.
I agree, but even if I didn't, how do you purchase at Disney? Apple must be just rolling in all the money of the world. That would take so many billions, probably trillions.
See, pulling up the article now.
That is insane. Yeah, if anyone buys Disney, it's over.
Okay, so it's not likely. I think like the CEO or something said that he would be open to it. Like, as in it's something he wouldn't...
Wait.
Just be like, no, we're not going to do that. I think he's like open to expanding into things like that.
The CEO of
Apple. Or whoever makes those decisions for Apple.
Yeah, I mean, if I was the CEO of a company that was asked if they would purchase Disney, I'd be open to it too.
Yeah.
become the entertainment overlords that Disney already is. Like, literally, if Disney purchased Hasbro, they would become the entertainment overlords of this known world. They already have all of the other stuff we love.
Oh, okay. So it says the odds of that happening are just quote unquote quote greater than 0%, unquote, says analyst Stephen Cahall, who covers Disney.
So it's not.
And
zero.
this other dude, I can't even pronounce his name, who covers Apple. See, Apple might be able to tap $200 billion in stores offshore in low-tax countries if the Trump administration offers a reparation holiday in conjunction with the corporate tax cut. Disney has a market value of about $180 billion.
Holy crap.
And if it bought Disney, then it could, quote, create a $1 trillion company that with almost limitless opportunities in context in content and technology.
And we would experience the biggest monopoly ever to run the country.
Yeah, basically. But it's not likely, according. I just kind of saw some. I think it was one of those not quite clickbait things on Facebook. Okay, it was not clickbait, but it was an article circulating around. It's like, oh, Apple wants to buy Disney.
Just a thought-provoking thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this art. This is intense. So we got Kythian here, and his back is turned, and with those dreads, it kind of looks like a young Tezzeret or something.
Yeah, he kind of does look like a young Tezzeret right there.
But and then we've got the god Heliod, and
in front of his statue. That's pretty cool.
In front of his own statue, because he's a jerk. I don't know. So he offers us
he actually is a jerk.
Spear. Yeah, I knew that. That's kind of why I said it, because Gideon is basically talking shit about him.
Of course, all the gods are really kind of jerks because they're gods, and they just kind of like laugh upon the peasants of the world.
Yeah, and
like Greek gods.
That's why he was comparing the gods of Amonkhet to the Theros gods in the new set stories, because the gods of Theros were like the Greek gods, where they were like kind of acted human and just kind of petty. And then he met one of the gods of Amonkhet, Oketra, and she was just like really true to her being a god, and he didn't sense any corruption or anything in her. He just found a very pure version of gods that he wasn't familiar with.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he was like kind of talking crap about Heliod here and being like, why can't you be like Oketra? But I guess we'll see what happens as it goes on, because Oketra, as everyone knows, is in Amonkhet, which is supposedly a plane created by Bolas. So,
yeah, I'm interested to see if it is actually created by Bolas and if he created those gods or not.
So that's the big question. Because how could a god that pure exist in a plane created by such an evil, twisted being?
We'll have to see. I'm excited to finally see what Bolas is up to. He's enlisted Tezzeret since the Mirrodin revisit.
Yeah.
And actually, he released the Eldrazi. Is kind of behind the Eldrazi being released on Zendikar.
Yep.
And we've been waiting literally since I was a teenager to see what Bolas is up to. Hopefully we find out next up.
Yeah, I mean, as far as where I am in the stories, I'm on like the second story on their website. We'll link the stories below, but nobody knows where he is, not even the people of Amonkhet. They're awaiting his return currently.
The God Pharaoh.
That is, yep. They call him the God Pharaoh, and that is probably the coolest nickname I've ever heard.
It's really cool. Of course, the ancient Egyptians used to think that their pharaohs were next to divinity themselves.
Yeah. Very, very Egyptian-based set.
Imagine being 13 like King Tut and having people literally worship you as a god, and you're just like this ultimate king, god king dude.
Endless ego.
At 13.
Making all of the worst decisions ever.
Right?
I made bad decisions, but I didn't control an entire nation.
I bet, and I've talked about this with my sister some, but I think the way we've kind of built our society, teenagers make worse decisions than they probably did a long time ago, because a long time ago they kind of had to immediately grow up, because it wasn't all like you didn't go to school and then come home and get a snack and eat a Lunchable and do your homework. Back in the day, teenagers had to work and stay alive, and sometimes get married, and sometimes do important stuff.
Yeah.
I think that, like, one thing we were talking about is I think that the age of consent either needs to be lowered to 16 or raised to 18. I'm sorry. I think that the age of consent either needs to be lowered to 16 or the age to get a driver's license needs to be raised to 18. Because I really didn't need to be out on the road when I was 16 because I was entirely too immature. And we either need to give 16-year-olds real responsibility at 16, not just driving, but kind of force them to grow up a little more, or make them wait till they're 18 and can make more decisions about their life.
Getting into some controversial stuff, but
it is.
yeah,
But it's thankfully not like super political controversial.
Yeah.
It's just to talk on how old is old enough to make important decisions.
Right. It feels like the decision there wasn't ever made, and they just kind of picked a couple ages.
Yeah, because like at 16, you can drive. You can get in your car and drive just about anywhere, but you can't go see an R-rated movie. Like, that's just so weird to me.
Yeah. Cars are dangerous, too.
Very. And someone I know, well, no, I don't know them, but someone in this area, he was 16, and I've heard of kids, like, hitting and killing people and driving off and it's a scary situation. They didn't drive off because they meant to do anything wrong.
They just didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they're horrified and didn't know what to do. And that's a decision that someone older wouldn't be comfortable in. So I don't know. I don't think 16-year-olds should be able to drive, and if they should, you should have the equivalent rights of an 18-year-old to kind of make you grow up and learn faster so that you are mature enough to be doing those things.
Yeah. Yeah, plus, you mentioned Lunchables. In ancient Egypt, you kind of had to farm your own food, so
yeah.
It was way less easy to get a meal.
I wonder what it's like growing up knowing. I don't know. I'd have to research it, like, if the pharaohs were
Did you see
like
that?
a bloodline. Like, oh, is your dad? Let's play.
Yeah.
Like,
that's
does your
fine.
dad die and then you become the pharaoh? Or, I don't know how that works, but I wonder what it was like growing up, like, before he was pharaoh. Like, what was it like at 5 for him?
Yeah.
Was he treated as royalty at 5? I'm sure he wasn't like a peasant. I'm sure it was nothing like that, but...
Well, yeah, his family did not have enough money and everything.
Still, though, even, like, royalty back in that days had to be treated like you still... I'm sure they were more or less taken care of, but it probably wasn't anything like today, and you still probably had to... It was probably still a struggle.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
I agree.
Much more of a struggle on the peasants to provide you with things, but probably still a struggle compared to today's standards.
Another misplay.
Oh, Jacob, you're not doing so hot.
I can't focus. This is hard.
Yeah.
So, what I'm talking about, if you didn't notice, is I pumped the wrong creature. I would have been able to kill both of his creatures if I had pumped the 3, but now that one's going to survive. And it's fine. My
Misplaced
guys are
City.
still alive. Yep. Misplaced City Commander at gmail.com.
There we go.
That is some good art. And I like these, the, like, ethereal space.
Yeah, for all the
outlines.
enchantment
For those-
creatures.
Yeah, it's really good.
I like it too. I really like Theros. I really like the enchantment creatures. Like I said, how a lot of things were enchantments,
Yeah,
as
for
well
sure.
as other things.
Flying in Double Straight or flying in Vigilance? Vigilance. I don't have enough bodies to not play Vigilance right now. Alright. Let's see.
I wouldn't attack with those two. I'd just do the flyer. Because you can't kill any of their things.
Yeah, it's a 6.
They're just gonna kill your things.
I'm not paying attention. Magic the Gathering. You gotta concentrate really hard. And that's one of the reasons I don't really play competitive standard. Because like after a day or like a half a day, whatever, Friday Night Magic or whatever, or like a tournament of playing, you get a pretty bad headache, or at least I do, because you gotta be concentrating for like a good few hours.
Yeah, I loved playing competitively, but I did get headaches at the end of the day.
There's just so much thinking, and you did it constantly, because if you didn't, you slip up.
And it's a lot different than concentrating while playing with your friends. Like, I could play EDH all day.
Oh, yeah.
But, like, you're playing with strangers and for, like, in a tournament for prizes and stuff, and the thinking's a lot different.
Yeah, the heat is really on you when you're in a environment like that. The more social you are, the easier it is to get through that kind of game, but you'll also lose focus the more you socialize.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Especially talking about about random stuff like we were just talking about.
Yep. You can see it happen now. Live. Exposed on stream. Alright, so interesting blocks I'm going to make. This is a trade, but he's going to be tapped out. He's got a 4-2 over here. That's another trade, so he doesn't block. 2-1 coming in. Nope. I'm going to take it. It's 5. He's at 2. I don't know what I'm doing. Contemplating blockers over here like I'm playing a real game. Oh, it's rough. Time to die. There's my double strike. Oh wait, there's my second double strike. Quadruple strike. That's not a thing.
Quadruple, duple strike. The triple double strike.
Knew it, Taco Bell, the triple double strike.
You'll hit the bathroom triple double times. You will strike the toilet triple double times.
We did it. That one took a bit longer. That was more drawn out.
Yep. I like these animations at the end.
Oh, these are like full-on animations. It's kind of weird. Because, like, what I was talking about earlier...
Erebos.
Oh, he's so cool. What I was talking about earlier was animated art, where the art was just kind of slightly moving for those trailers.
Yeah.
But this is, like, full CG.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, you done goofed. He was like, come at me, bro. Where'd it go? Just... Oh, my friend.
Killed all of his buddies.
Oh, my God. And Planeswalk.
Spark has ignited.
That'll do it. Kill all your friends. He was like, stand behind me. I got this. Oh, wait. I'm not okay. I guess all the sound went away. I don't know what happened. This is fine. Those lines look a little derpy, but it's fine. Oh, look. It's an angel. That was weird. There was absolutely zero sound during that cutscene.
Yeah, he planeswalked to Bant. Well, Alara. Bant and Alara. I still don't remember how the shards worked with Alara.
Yep.
I got into playing right after Alara ended, so I never really learned the full story.
Yeah, me too. I need to go back and read from the first stories that ever came out, because they go back a really long way, but they're long. It takes a while. And especially for me, it takes me a while to read in general.
Nice.
We discovered a realm of chivalry, and we are inspired to walk the path of knighthood. So from scrappy little street boy to knightliness. We have taken the name of Gideon Jura, and we seek redemption. Alright, that was the tutorial, believe it or not. So next time, we're going to be looking at the battle mode duels. But we're going to have to build a deck. But we can't. Watch this. Okay, I need to play one battle mode duel. Right?
I don't like the battle mode. And the reason I don't like it is because you build your own deck with the most horrible collection of cards possibly ever, and then have to play people online.
Yeah, so that's always going to be the downfall of card games.
But you can spend money and get more cards.
Yeah, that's the downfall of card games online, where you can spend money. You can pay to win, basically. And there's going to be people that are going to have paid way too much money and have ridiculous cards that will always beat your cards. So there's a weird balance there that you need to take into consideration if you are planning on developing a monetized online card game. So, that's it. Thanks for watching.